Good morning.
God morgon, det är så kallt idag. Jag tror det känns som att vara tillbaka i Sverige. Jag måste säga hej, god jul och gott nytt år till alla mina följare i Skandinavien. Och nu ska jag använda mig närmare.
Did I hear a Merry Christmas in there somewhere?
Yes, you did. It's so cold I said I think I'm back in Sweden.
Yeah, no kidding.
I got my new underwear warmer with me today.
Yeah, this is not just like California cold
This is
today.
chilly.
This is cold. So,
Yeah,
it
even
was.
the lights went out, so cold.
Yeah, our light switches aren't even working properly. It is 52 allegedly in the garage. I think it's warmed up to like 43 outside right
Yeah.
now. So it's cold, dang it. Anyway, we're back on this guy today. We're going to try and unwarp this thing as best we can here. So Pops is going to give that the heat treatment. I'm going to put this piece of sheet metal on it and weigh it down, try and flatten it, because we kind of tweaked it a little bit. We discussed the suggestion, sorry, I forgot who made it, about making this thing out of metal. We might do that someday. I don't feel like futzing with that right now. And we're going to try and see if we can make this work, and I think we'll be okay. You can't really see this much anyway. It's kind of tucked up under the dash. So, you ready to do this?
Yep.
All right, and since we've received complaints about our videos being too short, we're going to put you on the tripod and you can watch us heat plastic.
I'm going to read Lithuanian poems while we work. This
Oh
is
man, that's dangerous.
Yes.
All right, so careful what you ask for. You now get to watch paint dry. All right, hit it.
Warm up a little bit.
Yeah, just keep waving it around. They'll probably kind of sink down when it's warm enough. So.
It's hard to see it.
Keep it moving. Especially along that back edge there. Keep going. Like I said, I think it'll start to flatten on its own when it gets hot enough.
You have to pick it up now.
It's still not hot enough. Don't worry about the front edge.
Huh?
The front edge you don't have to heat up that much. It's that
Right.
back edge in the middle there. Not that part. That's the other one. It's still not.
Well, it looks like it comes alive, you know?
Yep.
Not alive enough.
That'd be enough right there. We'll put some weight on that and see how it goes.
Speaking of putting weight on,
I've
that diet coming,
I've
huh?
maintained my weight for the last couple of weeks, thank you.
Oh.
Still fat, but not as fat. Hope this did some good. We'll see in a minute. Got this big heat sink, so it should pull all the heat out of it somewhat uniformly. That's enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's better. I wouldn't say it's good. Got that kink out a little bit there. That's definitely better.
Okay.
It's still a
hard to
little
tell.
bit.
But yeah, it looks.
I think I got too thin a plastic. I shouldn't have got it that thin. This is like
16?
1/32 or something.
Yeah.
It's too thin. 1/16, whatever it is, it's too thin. Okay, so what we need to do is kind of finalize this fitment here. So I think I want to put it about there like that. We got this Fuser 143 plastic adhesive, which is also sandable. And so we're going to glue this guy in place, and we need to seal up these outer edges here, so we got to play with that a little bit first. Yeah, instead of trying to like fit this like perfectly,
Right.
I'm just gonna stick it down in there a little bit. Because then we can put some filler in there to fill it up and get rid of that warp. Make sense?
Yep.
So that, think about it. I'm trying to line up the back there to make it straight too.
What's your thought on this one?
We're gonna cover it.
Huh?
We're gonna seal it. You'll see. It's all part of my diabolical plan. Cut me off another piece of tape there, please. Just trying to get this lined up where I want it. Get off me. I don't feel like getting the sander out right now. Firing up the compressor and all that. Do my papaw here. Do some whittling. Yeah, I realize if I hit it that far back, that's a pretty big hole.
Right.
That deep. More than that.
Figure there'd be a big aftermarket for consoles, just make a whole console.
There's one company that I've found that makes an aftermarket console for this thing. Oh, you can get the factory console.
Right.
But an aftermarket console that was pretty cool, like a modern looking console.
Right.
They put frickin' suede on it.
Oh, man.
What? No, thank you.
Well, we'll keep the Swedish tradition going.
It's not low enough yet. I don't think so.
You knew that suede is Sweden in French, right?
No.
You know that?
Did not.
That's what it means. Swedes were the first, supposedly, as far as Western Europe, to have suede leather, which is kind of funny. Every society has leather, right?
Yeah. In there.
Think you're close, huh?
Damn it.
I think our founding fathers, when they wrote in the Constitution, cruel and unusual punishment, they were talking about this cold weather.
Quit your whinging. Yeah. You're Swedish. You're supposed to love this.
Yeah, without plastics, I would.
Plavik makes you cold.
Oh, man, it's freeze to death.
I think
I've gone a week now without an aspirin or an Advil.
that's
Figure out what the hell's wrong with the kidneys.
Is that why?
That's huh?
You're not taking Advil because of your kidneys?
Well, I don't know what's wrong with the kidneys yet. I gotta check them the 29th. But the GFR numbers just died, so typically any aspirin or Advil, Tylenol, screws your kidneys or liver or
Give me
both
some
up.
tape.
Yep.
Okay.
You gonna need a third?
Yeah. Excuse me. All right, so we're gonna cut this back piece out right here, because again, the computer sits right there. Then we're gonna chop it off right at the back, and we'll glue this thing down to here. And then right now we've got to trim this back kind of on that line right there, and then we're going to fill in those side panels somehow. All right, so cut a little side piece here to line up to that angle. I'm going to tape it on there and then marked the inside of it there. You can see that. Just trying to make these little end pieces here to cover this up. And we've been just using the X-Acto knife to cut this stuff. Works pretty well. You just need to score it. Piece of cake. All right, we got this done here, we think. Something to that effect. We're going to glue the bottom part in here first with the fuser. So we sanded all this down with 120. Cleaned it with some wax and grease remover. Now we're going to get this guy on the show here. Not sure how this works. Twist sideways like that. Like so. See it mixing? Oh, it's pre-mixed. I don't have to mix it. Yeah, that should be okay. So if I remember the directions correctly, you're supposed to squeeze a little bit out and not use it. I can just put this right where it needs to go. No reason to put it anywhere else. This stuff has a 1 minute work time at 70 degrees, and as we have previously stated, it is not 70 degrees. So we don't really know what we're going to end up with here. Is that it? Don't tell me that's the whole tube. No, it's not. Starting to get like nothing was going to come out. Sit for a moment. Okay, you need to get the tape ready for me there, Spuds.
All right.
I think I'm going to do that with this.
The same length, or?
Yeah. Go ahead and stick one on the side there here. No, lay it long ways. Yeah.
Schmutz.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
There. You getting it on you?
Huh?
Are you getting the stuff on you?
Yeah.
Don't do that. This thing slid down too far. Okay. You're going past the end, that's why I'm getting it all over you. Save that.
Yeah.
Any more tape?
Okay.
More tape. This is not sticking. Give me another piece about that long. Just run it over the top of this one. Just make sure it goes further over on the plastic. There you go. Check that out. I was going to wipe it to keep your hands clean. And then these corners here. So particular about your appearance. basically we just have to hold it there.
What's the drying time on this?
It said 1 minute. Oh, that was work time. 5 minutes, I think, clamp time. All right, let's cut you back in a bit. All right, we're gluing in the side panels now. So I'm just putting globs of that stuff on a little touch-up brush here, detail brush, whatever these things are called. Just trying to get in a little, you can't see this, sorry, but there's a little void there that I'm filling in. That works great. Basically making a little fillet here. Stop it. Lost my sport. Again, this stuff is sandable, so when we're done, smooth it all out.
Just picking hair off it.
Yeah, sorry.
Laying on the floor.
Told Pops this coat was just sitting in a corner somewhere collecting dust. I just picked it up because it was so dang cold in here. So it's all dirty. All right, that's good. Yeah, just leave that. Yeah, I'll stick if we do that. Here. Merry Christmas. All right, so we got the one side going. So we're gonna move over to the other side now. The other side's not dry, but I think it'll be fine. So I'll mix up some more goop. That's probably off. No, it's on camera. Okay. I was telling Pops, it's interesting that this stuff really doesn't have a smell. You figure these two-part things usually have a pretty strong chemical smell, but not this stuff. Stuck my nose like right in it and you can barely smell anything. Okay, nice big glob of goop.
That's pretty goopy.
Yeah, that's a little bit more than I needed, but that's all right. It's probably not the best applicator. Take this guy. All right, that's off camera. Get anything in there? Okay. Looks good. Should have left myself some room to work there. But see if I can fillet this again. Moved on me. That's good. Okay.
You just look presentable.
All right. It's still drying, but get a look. Focus. Focus. Doesn't want to focus. There you go. It all looks pretty good. I think I left these things a little too long here. I'm gonna have to trim those back. They're probably gonna hit the console, but so all we got to do is sand this stuff down, get it smooth. Again, one more reminder: you can't really see this. It's up under the dash. That one came out a little cockeyed, but I think it's okay. So what we're gonna do is sand this down, and we're gonna put some filler on this to get it all nice and smooth. We're probably going to fill in this hole here. I'm not sure. We're still trying to decide where we want to put the power window switch. It could kind of fit here, but that's really kind of far up. So the other option we have is cut a notch out here. But the power window switch will fit right in here, but then we'd have to flatten this or something because of this edge right here. So then we'd have to reshape this down here. So we have to decide if we're going to do that now or later.
Later.
Because the windows are coming pretty soon, so we need to get ready for that. But there's no point in finishing all the body work on this and then going and hacking it up some more. So that we need to figure out. So are you done for the day? You look like you're done for the day.
I am frozen. Yes, I'm done for the day.
All right, so we'll just kind of give everybody a look. Show you what it
Good
looks
job
like.
again.
It leveled out pretty nice here. It's not too bad. It's nice and strong. And then that'll go on there.
I'll have to cover with this good stuff.
Yep. As we learned from the dash bezel, this surface has to be perfect, or it'll show every imperfection in that stuff. Imperfection. So we got to get this all nice and beautiful before we put that stuff on there. So I guess we'll be doing that next time because Pops is done. Lazy bones. All right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
And to all yous out there in YouTube land.
Yep.
We'll see you guys maybe next year. No. Maybe. Maybe before the new year. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Have a good one, senor.
Yep, you too.